जिंदगी का सफर है ये कैसा
And
सफर.
welcome everyone to the 11th stop in our train ride through ancient Indian cultural history. Now, it's been a long trip. It's a trip that's taken us all the way from those rocks and ruins of the Indus Valley civilization up to the founder of one of the most influential religions on the planet, Buddhism. That's right, we've made it to about 500 BC, and we're going to be taking a look in this session at the life and times of Siddhartha Gautama, better known as the Buddha, who lived and spread his teachings all across North India in this post-Vedic world. Now, there's something I'd like for us to kind of keep in mind as we talk about Buddhism in its very earliest phases, which is around this 500 to 300 BC time period. Some of you might be already kind of familiar with various different kinds of Buddhism that are practiced, like in Tibet or in China or Japan or Thailand, or maybe even here in Vancouver. Some of the ideas and concepts that we'll be looking at in early Buddhism might strike you as being quite a bit different than the more modern forms of Buddhism that you're used to. So be sure to keep kind of an open mind about all this, and as usual, let's try not to take things for granted. Anyhow, the plan for this session is pretty straightforward, and I hope that you'll find it as fun to watch as I had in putting it together. In segment 1, we'll start with some basic facts of Buddhism as a world religion, just like we did with Jainism. We'll be spending a little time thinking about how Buddhism was born in India and how it spread outside of India, and then how it disappeared in India after about 1300 CE. In the second and third segments, just as we'd done with Mahavira, we'll be going step by step through the life of the Siddhartha Gautama, the Buddha, as it's told in the Pali Canon. Then in the fourth segment, we'll focus on how early Buddhism imagined the ideas of karma, rebirth, and liberation before we kind of reach our final stop in the journey through ancient Indian past. So stay tuned, fasten your seatbelts, and let's get mindful as we take a look at the early phases of Buddhism in post-Vedic India.